This is me about to give a custom art piece to skateboarding legend Tony Hawk. But first, let me show you how I got here. This is what's inside the box. This is the custom action figure of Tony Hawk that I got made for him as a gift. In the corner here, we've got a clear plate that says 1 of 1 made for Tony Hawk. Then in the center, we got the 2 main figures. This first one was the one that was made out of powder that you saw in yesterday's video. Now this is a standalone figure, and we actually put some keys on the bottom of his feet so that the board, which yes, did come in this case as well, could be attached or detached as he likes. It is so good. Now beside that, we've got another large one. Now this was the one that was made out of resin. It's much more durable and the board is connected to this one. Then over here in the top corner, they printed 2 small versions. One that could sit on a desk and the other one is actually a keychain. Next up, I gotta get to San Diego to bring this to Tony Hawk himself. So the next morning I hopped on the first flight and of course this case was a carry-on just so I could make sure it didn't get banged around. And then it was time to kick back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Once I landed in San Diego, I was so hyped, guys. If only you knew what this meant to me, which I think a lot of you do. This is a really cool life moment. It was time to get the car and drive to see Tony. That was really cool because I've talked to a few people in the office here, so we sort of felt like we knew each other even though it was our first time meeting. And then I saw Tony. He then gave me a tour of his office, which is just loaded with memorabilia. And the photo that started it all, the mystery skater. Now he had a lot of cool photographs from friends of his, some older memorabilia from his early skate days. As you could see, the wall was just loaded. But this next room is unreal. This is like his own private museum with full-on arcade games. Now I think one of the coolest moments from this whole thing was the board he used for the mystery skater series made it onto his wall, which even as I'm recording this, just blows my mind. Check this out. He's got a hoverboard signed from the entire cast of Back to the Future. He's got a replica of the first skateboard he ever had. His original one is in the Smithsonian. This board right here was painted by Kurt Cobain, and this is the original. Now, Tony actually recently did reprints of this board, but this was hand-drawn by Kurt Cobain himself. This board here was one of the first production models ever made. And of course, I had to ask.
Do you have the board you did the 900 on?
This is the board that Tony Hawk did the 900 on. This whole thing was just unreal, guys. Like, it was just, to get this tour of all of these iconic skateboards with a skate legend like Tony was unreal. Now check out this board. This was from the movie Hook with Robin Williams. There's a skateboarding scene in there, and this was one of the props that was used in the movie. Then Tony brought over this board because he was actually in an episode of CSI where he gets hit in the head with a skateboard. This being that board. However, when I got to touch it, it was completely made of rubber. Everything, the board, the wheels, the trucks, it was all rubber. So that way he could actually get hit in the head and it wouldn't hurt. Next up, we loaded up a game of Top Skater, this being a gift that Tony's office got him for his birthday. So this was cool getting to try this out, especially because it actually worked and wasn't like sticky or anything like that. So after that, it was time to see Tony's private skate park. In my world, this is extremely iconic. But of course, I'm still carrying around the bright orange case and the office was getting curious. So it was almost time to show Tony. Now at this point, he told me that Bucky Lasek and Steve Caballero were just skating there, and I missed them by just an hour. Bucky Lasek being the first pro skater I ever met as a kid, and throughout all my teenage years, I used to have an autograph of him on my wall. This was so wild. To be here, you could see it on my face. It was just surreal. I know that sounds cliche, but now it was time to give Tony the gift.
It's for you, the whole thing's for you.
Oh. I seriously thought this was gonna be a drone. Insane. And I'm regular footed.
And so there's the
I'm immortalized as a regular footer. This is insane. I've never seen anything like that.
matched even like the jacket.
tie clip.
The tie clip. So
Thank you for this. I've never seen anything like it.
yeah, now that you're a grandfather, you can get some like smaller ones. Keychain version.
I'm gonna make my wife use this. That's so cool.
To match it up.
I'll tell you where this is going. Come in here.
Now at this point, Tony said to follow him because he's got just a place for this piece. And just underneath his office is where he records Hawk vs. Wolf, his podcast.
Oh, you do it here? Yeah. Oh, sweet.
So it's going on the display case right here.
Oh my god.
Placing that one.
Let's go.
See.
Oh, that is awesome.
That's pretty sick. Thank you.
They're gonna love that. Yeah.
Amazing. That's awesome.
Absolutely, Tony.
Now it was time to see Tony skate, something I've never actually gotten to see him do live. And I brought along a gaming controller because I've had this content idea for years. If I ever got the chance to meet Tony Hawk, I gotta at least ask him if he's down for it. To which I learned throughout this series, he's very new age when it comes to social media, super down for ideas, he's very collaborative, and is constantly looking for creative things to do. Which, last week if you saw my profiles, I put that video out, playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater live. A very, very cool, special moment to me. So there you guys have it. A big shout out goes to Tony Hawk for taking the time to give me a private tour of his facility, something I've always dreamt of visiting. I also want to give a big shout out to Objects Unlimited for putting together this box. Their professionalism, creativity, everything always impresses me. So there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and follow for more fun videos like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.